Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
We're starting as... Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's a weird question. So, sometimes I get music emails that are like from one person, and it looks like one email. Then you open it up, and it's actually like, 8 individual emails. So, like, what I do is I open the song for today, and if there's more songs in that email, I just forward it back to GN Podcast Music and delete the song that we did. But sometimes I can't do that, and then I have to go through each one individually. And
I don't know what you're talking about. We'll address this on the show. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Then let's go. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 683, the Aromatisse Podcast.
Aromatisse is a small bipedal bird-like Pokemon. Its body is purple and is surrounded by a pink fur or feather-like coat, which is it, with a black bow on its lower back. Tramp stamp.
Further.
Its face resembles a mask used by plague doctors or a masquerade mask. It has a pair of purple ox-horn-shaped ears with a yellow center. It has eyes with red sclera, black... What?
Huh?
Oh. Black irises, red pupils, and full black eyelashes. It also has 3 sharp...
Full black eyelashes?
3 sharp claws on each small hand. Aromatisse can give off a variety of different smells, of course, from a pleasant fragrance to an odor so repugnant to its opponent that it can turn a battle in its favor.
Do you see why it's called Aromatisse now?
I do.
Or as you said earlier,
Aromatisse.
Aromatisse.
I mean, I don't want it to sound fancy. She's trying to be bougie, but she ain't.
You're such a plebe.
No kidding.
Pokemon plebe.
It's number 683. It's a fairy-type Pokemon. Its abilities include Healer, and its hidden ability is Aroma Veil. Sounds like a good ability to have. There's dudes. There's dudettes. They're 2 feet tall, and they weigh 34 pounds.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
You're welcome.
Hey, Mom Brain.
Yes.
Today's episode of the GoNintendo Podcast. What? Oh, no burping this time?
Yes.
Today's episode of the GoNintendo Podcast is sponsored by Zelda and Chill, a new album released by Game Chops and our friend DJ Cutman. Zelda and Chill combines the Legend of Zelda video game music with the laid-back lo-fi hip-hop beats. Yeah.
Can I play it in my classrooms?
Yeah, why not? Nice. Produced by German beatmaker Mikhail and mastered by DJ Cutman himself. Philadelphia-based DJ Cutman. Zelda and Chill features 14 Zelda themes from across the series' history. Zelda and Chill contains music from the original Legend of Zelda for NES all the way up to Breath of the Wild. These tracks were recreated with classic keyboard sounds, atmospheric synths, and laid-back beats. The perfect soundtrack to study, chill, and save Hyrule to. Important things you got to do in life. Study, chill, save Hyrule. Zelda and Chill's track list features music from the original Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword, and Breath of the Wild. Themes like the Gerudo Valley song or Song of Storms and Lost Woods are sure to please longtime fans. Blah, 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 blah. Zelda and Chill is available digitally worldwide right now. Right now. It can be streamed on Spotify. See, we were just talking about Spotify last week. Because we're hip, we're on Spotify.
We are so hip.
Available on Pandora, Apple Music, downloaded from iTunes, Play, Google Play, that is.
I see.
Amazon, and more. There's Bandcamp, which is where I was listening to it too. You can go check it out right now. Let me tell you, if you type this URL into your browser of choice, you can check out the album on all different streaming services. Let me give it to you.
Let me give it to you straight.
Can I give it to them now?
Give it to me.
Give it to me, Neil. The address is smarturl.it smart.it/Zelda Chill. Again, that is smarturl.it/Zelda Chill. So you got some music you can listen to right now. Thank you very much to DJ Cutman and Game Chops and all that jazz. If you are listening to the recorded version and not the live version of the podcast, you got to hear some music from this album before the show started. And at the end of the show, you'll hear another bit of a tune where it's going to play us out. Play us out! Kirby,
what does that mean?
So there you go. Thank you, DJ Cutman. I appreciate it. And I've been listening to the album all week, actually.
Oh, so I've been listening to it as well then.
No, you haven't heard it. What did you hear? No, you were listening to Lewis Cole.
Well, yes.
Oh.
That I knew. There is just that one song.
In the weird part of the night.
That song?
No.
Oh.
The ugly song?
Yeah. I mean, I really like that song. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Does it make you horny?
No.
I really like it.
I just really speaks to me.
Gets you pumped?
Yeah.
Let's
just say, no one wants to talk to me.
I don't know. I don't know the name of that song to tell people.
It's gonna go on my running playlist.
It's on Lewis Cole's newest album. It's like it's either the first or the second song. I think. I don't know. Hi, Spectre Bazaar and Nader Die and Swedish Galaxy and Matthew and Omar and It's a Trap and and ZX Billy. I said like 4 names and I already forgot what ones I said. And Malik Halo. And Axel and Giant Reggie and Drake and Retro Az and Bill Boyer and Boy Meets Nintendo and Robert and Ryan and Cammy and Rodrigo Pout, who says, I think this is going to be a very direct podcast.
Oh man.
I like
Agent Iron Cat and Swedish Galaxy 94 and of course SD Sick Hero over in the other chat. I see you as well. Thanks, everybody that's joining us. Yes. Yes.
Did I miss anything?
No, I started really. Really.
Okay. Hope that wasn't because of me.
No, it was because of me. But it worked out.
All right. Yeah.
We're not doing new segment cool today. I'm sorry. Because
I figured since Nikki Hill's
I broke
Nikki Hill's not here. We had the intro last week with which I'm supposed to point out. The intro tune. Why don't you play that intro tune for us?
Sure. So I was going to ask. I can still play the intro.
Yes. Hi, Joe.
GoNintendo podcast. New segment. Cool. New segment.
So I have to point out that the background music is from Splatoon or Splatoon 2, I guess, but then mixed with the other stuff. I was supposed to point that out, so now I pointed out.
I didn't even.
Hello, Matthew. Hello, Joe. Hello, Calway. Hello, Video Game Guru 64. That's exactly what I was thinking. Hello, Joe.
Now the baby sleeps in the crib.
Intro, but no segment. Yes, it's true because I had to mention that thing that I just mentioned about the song. But we did it last week because we had the song. And we only did one icon because Nikki Hill's not here. And I said I didn't want to do it if he's not here. And this week, today I was just too swamped to do one anyway. But I don't want to do it without Nikki Hill. I really don't. So it'll be it'll be a surprise when it comes around. Well, here's not a surprise. He's going to be on the podcast next week. So.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be back.
I thought he said he wouldn't be back until like the end of the month at the earliest.
Well, I think that counts as the end of the month, right? What's next week's weekend?
Oh yeah, what
the 22nd. So technically one more week,
okay.
But I think he will be around. I'm not sure, but I believe that's what he said. So you'll hear the segment again, cool, soon enough. But yeah, it's not going to be an every week thing. I'm sorry. There were things
we don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to overexpose.
Don't want to overexpose it. No, everything else on the show, yeah, definitely. Drive it into the ground. Well, that's not true. We haven't had the soundboard in a very long time, and now it's back in action.
Yeah,
better than ever.
I try not to play I try not to overuse the soundboard because I'm sure that might get annoying to some people.
I always love the soundboard, so please feel free to spam just hit all the buttons over there. Oh, if you hit it multiple times, it stops?
Yeah, I was hoping it would just go like squad-a-la, squad-a-la, squad-a-la.
I don't know. I usually hi Remo residing. In recent weeks I've been writing notes to myself on my phone about other things I wanted to talk about outside of the world of Nintendo before we get into Nintendo, but I don't think I have anything this week. I think it's just Nintendo news because that's what happens when there's a Nintendo Direct. Right off the bat. Did we not talk about this last week? I guess it was announced after? I don't know. Let's talk about it now because hello, Blunders. It's very important to me. I finally have a chance to redeem myself. I can redeem myself with you. Redeem myself with you.
Okay.
Square Enix has announced that Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition is coming to the Switch in 2019.
Oh, that whole thing.
Yes.
Water under the bridge.
No, it's not.
No, it's back. The water's over the bridge. Yes, in 2019, we're getting a remastered edition of Crystal Chronicles. For those who don't know, if you're not a longtime podcast listener, I will give you
we wouldn't blame you.
The quick rundown. So the story is myself, Mom Brain, Kirby, and I. It was like John Savage and Nikki Hill. Like
was Dude there too?
I think he did it once in an undue fashion, disappeared. But I think the rest of the time was swapped between John Savage and Nikki Hill.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like super like late or early in the morning or something.
Hi, I'm an F&T Rex. We played Crystal Chronicles and we played it all together, and then we got to the end. And as Kirby was saying, it was very late or super early, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, what was it, like 2 or 3 in the morning?
I don't remember, but it was a considerable amount of time past I know Mom Brain's bedtime.
I mean, 11 is considered.
So we were all playing and we fought the boss and we died, and like it took a lot to get to the boss.
Yeah, and we were like, we fought him like over and over again.
And everybody was like, "That's it. Well, I'm done. We'll do it another time." And I was like, "No, we got here. We got to do it. We can't give up on a fight like this." And everybody's like, "Yeah, we can."
Everybody was like, "Yeah, we're human beings who need sleep."
I just didn't have it in me anymore.
So I ended up playing the game and beating the boss on my own, but with everybody's like GBA there. So I was using all the GBAs and playing myself as well. And I did beat the game. And ever since then...
Turns out you didn't need us in the first place.
Ever since then, it's been a point of contention.
Yeah,
but
we were all pretty bitter about it for a while.
Well, I mean, we were all on it together. And you were just like, because we didn't stay up as late as you wanted us to, you
Listen.
You thought it should have gone one way.
Let's not open old wounds here.
I've apologized numerous times.
I have therapy on Tuesday, and I might get to talk about it.
But now I finally have the chance to right the wrongs. It's coming to Switch. Now this time...
You have to feed us all. Like, you have to buy us pizzas and snacks.
Let's make sure we start early this time.
This time I should play...
Let's do that. How about it? How about we all get up at 8? How about that? You get up our hours and you play the game. See how it feels.
I don't think everybody's...
Oh my, I'm so sick to my stomach. I get so sick when I'm up too early.
I don't think everybody is going to want to get up at 8 o'clock to play a game.
Yeah.
Everybody's up at 8 o'clock anyway.
Let's shoot for 10.
It's not true. See, 10. If it's the weekend, who's going to want to be like, yeah, I have to get up at 7 so I can get ready to go over and play this game at 8 in the morning.
To prove our point.
I think it's a point you're just trying to make.
I bet Nikki Hill will back me up on this.
Well, I mean, that's not how you convince me of doing something. Well, Nikki Hill's going to do it. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm out. Yes, it's coming to Switch in 2019. And obviously, this time you will not need to use a GBA to play. You can just play on the Switch. And it should work in the same way. You can have 3 people playing handheld as it was before. and one person on the TV. They could play the Switch on the dock. So it's going to play exactly the same. It just won't be as cumbersome because you won't need GBAs and link cables and all that stuff. So I'm very excited because I really do love this game. And it has, in my opinion, one of the best soundtracks that Square Enix has ever done.
The soundtrack is one of the few things I remember about it. Well, that and the weird like lizard that wears a robe and like stabs you.
Oh, yes. They're a staple of Final Fantasy games. I forget what they're called.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. They've been in multiple ones. Joe says, Rummy will make you the bucket boy if you sass him too much. You are going to
I think I did a lot of bucket carrying.
I think we all passed around the bucket. We all did our time.
Of mithril?
Yeah. And it's a chalice. Thank you, God. Yeah, it's a bucket. Touch the crystal. There's something I was going to say. Well, anyway, I'm very excited for this. We don't know when in 2019 is coming out. And also, I have to point out, for the original, you needed to have friends in real life. For this one, you will not, because you can play online. So you do 4-player co-op online with people. I don't know if it's going to let you play with strangers, but at least you won't need friends locally in the same house. So that's
so John the Savage could play with us from far away.
Yes, and also
too.
I don't believe it's going to have a retail release in North America or Europe. So you're only going to be able to get.
I don't believe in digital.
So it's only going to be digital, unless that Square Enix rep was incorrect. But yes, as of right now, it will be digital only. So, needless to say, I'm very excited about it. And there's been a couple videos out recently. I don't know if maybe these people were tipped off in some way or it's just coincidental. There's been a couple videos about what makes the game so special and about the game's soundtrack as well. That we've posted on GoNintendo, but you should check them. And just search by Crystal Chronicles and you should find them on GoNintendo. One of the videos is done by that guy. I forget their names. The two guys from Polygon. It's one of the guys that sang the Goof Troop song.
Oh, right.
That guy does a video about how great the soundtrack to Crystal Chronicles
is. Oh, wait,
is.
do you mean the Goofy movie song?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. How embarrassing.
I mean, they're both great songs, obviously.
Princess Evie 9 says, I can finally experience the game and in glorious HD. Yes, it's true. I'm sure there's plenty of people who did not play this game because A, they weren't around when the GameCube was around. B, they had a GameCube, but they didn't have all the other stuff you needed to play. There was a lot of stuff. Like I said, 3 GBAs and link cables and all that jazz. So
friends.
We had like enough disposable income that we could all have everything we needed at that.
Those were the days.
I know, right? Great? Everybody was living at home.
Can we go back to that?
Yeah, right. We should all just get one house together and just split the mortgage/rent between 8 people. We each get one room. And
how many bathrooms though?
1 bathroom.
Oh no.
It's just a giant hole on the floor.
The rent's $100 a month from each person. So
you don't pay rent, you're not allowed to poop in a hole. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is getting a hardware bundle. It's coming to Europe and it's coming to North America and it's due out November 16th. Would you like a Switch bundle for your Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu play? Have you not bought a Switch yet? Well, perhaps this is the way to go. This includes a Switch dock that has Pikachu and Eevee on it. Also includes a Switch, I don't know what you call it, a Switch with Pikachu and Eevee designs on it. And it's got 1 brown Joy-Con and 1 yellow Joy-Con. Brown
one
for
poo and 1 pee.
Pee and poo Switch bundle for Pikachu and Eevee's colors, obviously. There's also included the Pokeball Plus accessory. And obviously it comes pre-installed with a version of either Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, depending on which one you want.
Costco had a Switch bundle today when I was there.
Tell me about it.
It was like $350.
What was in it?
I don't know. I didn't really look. I was in a rush.
Great story, Mumbry.
I was in a rush. Well, I was trying to get home to you.
Sean Snekta says, "Man, that's one shovel-eating grin Pikachu's got going on. What a cute little asshole." It is a nice. I'll show it to you guys. Take a look at that smile. That is a shovel-eating grin. He's like, "Yeah, I know I'm cute.
I got a Switch.
You know you want this.
You know you can give me money.
You know you want me."
Every once in a while, that song comes up.
We're not doing that. We are doing this. Mom Brain, I showed this to you this week because I knew you would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
The developer behind Untitled Goose Game,
Right in the feels, this one.
shared a lovely story on Twitter about just him and his childhood and all that jazz. And I really like this story and how it obviously pertains to Nintendo. So I'm going to tell you the story. So this comes from the developer of Untitled Goose Game. He says, "When I was 13 years old, my family planned a road trip to Seattle, and all I wanted to do more than anything else in the universe was visit Nintendo in Redmond. Nintendo was everything to me as a kid. Their games changed the way I looked at the world. They're why I opened every door and pressed every button and spot every detail. I couldn't eat without having a Nintendo magazine to read while eating. And heck yes, I was a Fun Club member. I also called Nintendo customer service a lot. So before our trip, I called them up to make sure they gave tours. I'm sure someone can show you around," the guy said. "Awesome." But when we got there and the whole family walked into the customer service / repair depot, they said, "Well, of course we don't give tours. It's an insurance risk," they said. Sorry. I was devastated. 2 weeks ago, cleaning out the basement, I discovered something long forgotten. I was so devastated, apparently, that I wrote Nintendo a letter. And of course, Nintendo wrote me back. Nintendo said, "We were pleased to receive your recent letter. First of all, let us apologize for not being able to give you a tour of our facilities. We understand that this must have been a great disappointment after you drove so far. I can still remember the feeling of getting this letter, the feeling of being taken seriously as a kid, of having my feelings addressed and my nerdy questions answered. I felt so much better, and I love this company even more." Cut to 2018. My company is publishing Untitled Goose Game, and after a lot of discussions with a lot of nice people, we decided to debut the game on Switch. And when they showed our trailer in the Nindies Direct and our logo followed theirs, it hit me hard. And when I walked to the Nintendo booth at PAX, turned a corner, saw our game sitting right there, that also hit me hard. And after nearly 30 years, I finally got my tour. And he has a picture of him wearing his visitor's badge for Nintendo to get the tour inside. So I thought that was a really nice story. There's a whole bunch of pictures to accommodate the entire story if you want to check out the post or his Twitter account. It just goes to show a lot of people that are making at least indies, a lot of those people that are making games started out as fans and continue to be fans. And it's just cool to know they grew up playing Nintendo games and now they're making games for Nintendo systems. Jumpman FR has a top-rated comment and he says, "This gave me goosebumps." Oh, get it? Get it?
Titled Goosebumps.
Hey guys.
Mm-hmm.
What?
NPD?
No.
Okay.
Next week. Let me ask this. Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes.
Oh. I haven't.
Me either.
Yeah,
Mom Brain never took
you
me.
can, because there was a hurricane, all right? She your safety was a priority.
Thanks,
No, I think her hatred of Disney was a priority.
I mean, that is a priority in my life.
Well, anyway, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is coming out. And when Wreck-It Ralph came out, there was some Nintendo involvement. Bowser is in the movie, as I understand.
Okay.
And the creators of the movie said that they wanted to work more with Nintendo / Mario, but things happened and they didn't get it done in time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And back then they said if we ever do a sequel, we would like to include Mario more because he's the guy in video games. Hi, Rachel. We know the sequel's coming out, Wreck-It Ralph 2. We don't know too many details about what's really going on there, but perhaps there's going to be some Mario involvement. How do we know this? If you're at Disney World, they have an area called the Wreck-It Ralph 2 Play Zone, which is obviously promoting the upcoming movie. The Play Zone has music playing in the background as you're wandering around. Hello, Kim. And you might notice that one of the songs playing there is the Mario Circuit theme from Super Mario Kart, the original Super Mario Kart. The other thing to point out is this Mario Circuit theme is a redone version of the theme that has not appeared in any game. So it appears this was originally created for use by Disney. Now, would they create a special version of this song just to play at the Wreck-It Ralph 2 Play Zone if there was no tie between Mario or Mario Kart and Wreck-It Ralph 2?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Thank you, Dr. Wiley, Dr. Wowie. So it seems like something is being teased there. Hello, did I say Kim? Hello, Kim. Hello, Stakona. It's certainly very interesting. I don't know what the reason is, but people are saying, obviously, that this points to some kind of Mario/Mario Kart involvement there with the film. And I tend to agree with that. Colma says, I was just at Disney World last week and didn't bother to go to the Ralph area in Epcot at all. Well, you missed out, Colma. You had a chance. You could have recorded video and broke the story yourself, but I guess you got to go back to Disney now. Mom Brain, why do you never take me to Disney?
Because you don't travel.
Well,
And also, it's Disney.
I would take you.
would you go to Disney?
Yeah, I'm going in February.
No. You're not like, you're like doing it?
Yeah.
You're going to the park?
We're going to do one park, yeah.
What one?
We haven't decided yet. Probably Magic Kingdom.
I'm trying to think of like what your mom would want to do.
Magic Kingdom.
You're going to like go on the rides with her and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for that?
2.5? No, I mean, really all I care about is eating while I'm in there. We'll have just run.
Oh, I think they got you covered.
We'll have just run a half marathon, so it'll be.
I'm looking forward to eating in the future.
Yeah, I remember there was that Buzz Lightyear themed
Pizza place?
No, it was like they were giving out like turkey legs or something.
Oh yeah.
And I was
turkey legs.
Yeah, I was like trying to make the connection. Like, what does this have to do with Toy Story?
I've only seen the first Toy Story and parts of
That's the only one I've seen,
third, so I have no connection for it.
Maybe somebody eats turkey in one of those movies. I don't know.
Yeah,
Woody.
Woody.
He's a cowboy.
There's a turkey leg in my hand. That's what he says.
He's a toy. He wouldn't have need for food.
Well, maybe he doesn't know that at first, because I'm sure there was a time Woody didn't know he was a toy, and he went to go like eat something, and he's like, "Wait a minute."
Is this like in your fan fiction or something? It is, isn't it?
No comment. Yes, it's in chapter 37 of my ongoing Toy Story fan fiction, in which Buddy and Wooz end up together.
Buddy and Wooz?
What? Buddy and Wooz? Woody and Buzz. Buddy and Wooz.
Buddy and Wooz. I like it.
That's your fan fiction. So Disney doesn't yell at you.
They meet alternate versions of themselves. Buddy and Wooz.
Yeah.
Man, if you didn't point that out, I would have never noticed anything.
Are you having
I'm so glad we
Buddy and Wooz.
I'm so glad we started talking about Disneyland.
Yes, Rachel, I went on a senior class trip. That was the last time I went to Disney World. And I had a great time. And I ate at the
Pizza Cafe.
Yeah, the space, whatever the pizza place is, Pizza Planet, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's where I ate. I ate at Pizza Planet and it was great. Joe says, I want to read all about Buddy and Wooz. Buddy and Wooz. Wooz-a-wuzzle. All right, let's move on here.
Wait, was the class trip was it also the class trip where you went to that old diner where the lady was telling you to eat your food?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's okay. I left there and went to the Pizza Planet. I was with Christine LaRusso. We went. It was me. I don't remember who else was there, but it was me and Christine LaRusso. We were in a group of people. We went and sat down at that. I don't know if it's still there, but it was like a 1950s like restaurant,
like
Disney.
Ma's something or other else.
It looks like somebody's kitchen in the 50s, and all the waiters and waitresses are like dressed in 50s style clothing, blah, 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 and they treat you like a parent, like a angry or a stern parent.
Right.
So you're walking around the park all day. There's
vegetables.
Tons of people. It's hot. You sit down and you're like, oh, let me relax and just have some
you don't
food.
Want somebody yelling at you after all that.
I don't know.
So like I sat down at the table and hi, name King Clan. I sat down at the table and had my elbows on the table, and the waitress came over and like did like a tap 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 on the elbow, and she's like, get your elbows off the table. And I looked at Christine and I was like, well, I'm leaving. And she said, yeah, me too. And we went and ate pizza at Pizza Planet, and we were like, this is much better. We had such a great time there. I don't know if that place is still around, but
I wonder if like any of the employees were like uncomfortable having to, having that as part of their job.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think a lot of jobs at Disney are a little uncomfortable now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Well, yes, but like
it's awkward a lot.
Yeah, I guess if you're working at that place, the role that you got to play. So I don't know.
Drink the Kool-Aid if you're working there.
Maybe they enjoy it because they'll have like an extra crappy customer, and they'll be like, well, I can annoy them back, and it's okay. It's all in character. All right. Niantic, who has made Pokemon Go, is teasing surprises for Pokemon Go players this fall. They say a whole bunch of stuff. Even as summer fades in the Northern Hemisphere, we are working on some surprises for Pokemon Go this fall to give trainers...
I'm sorry, wait, what did you just say?
...even more ways to play together. I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Would you please
Summer is here forever. So I don't know what the teases are, or I don't know what... I can't get it, I'm sorry.
Just put it down, please.
There. It's good. Thank you. So I don't know what they're teasing or anything like that, but obviously there's things in there that Pokemon Go players want, like PvP and stuff like that. Maybe that could be coming. I don't know. What are we doing? The Switch Online membership kicks off September 18th. And if you are, hi, Kalta, if you're not sure that you want to spend the cash, you can do a 7-day free trial. And as you probably know, you can get a full year's subscription for $20, which is pretty dang good. But again, hello, Eggplant Jr. Again, you can do the free trial if you want. There's also a 3-month period. I don't know. I don't know what they are, to tell you the truth. I know that the full year is $20 because that sticks in my head because I'm like, oh, that's a good price.
I think that's very reasonable.
$20 for a full year? I mean, let's be really honest here. How mad are you going to be if you spend $20 and you hate the service? You get it. You still get it for a whole year. Hi, Mother Brain.
Hi.
Lowcamp quotes Video Game Donkey by saying, thank you, Microsoft. Thank you for inspiring your competitors to sink to your level. Talking about paid online in general. Yes, some people are not happy about that. Hey, Mom Brain. Nintendo has partnered with the Tailgate Tour to bring Smash Bros. Ultimate to colleges this fall.
Okay.
During select college football games this season, there might be rivalries playing inside and outside the stadium. Fans could see Mario versus Bowser, or Zelda versus Ganondorf, or the Inklings versus Ridley, or frankly, any of thousands of combinations that can be formed with a roster of more than 70 playable fighters. That's because the Smash Bros. Ultimate game for Switch is heading to college campuses this fall. Join some of the biggest tailgate parties of the season with Smash Bros. Ultimate. So if you're, I don't know, if you're in college, let's see where they go. This is part of the Wendy's College Tailgate Tour.
KU? They going to KU?
Let's see.
No, they're not.
They're going to Stanford. Wait, what does this mean? I don't know. Go read the list on your own. It's like the colleges that are playing each other.
What the heck?
Thank you. You're right.
KU Golden Bears. Go Golden Bears.
I don't think anybody ever says that.
I mean, it's a pretty shovel school.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
So why are you so excited?
Because this is where I went.
Because where I went. North America, this week's downloads. What did we get in North America? Let me tell you guys. On September 18th, we are getting, I mean, one of the most...
Oh my god.
what the heck?
Did you touch it?
Did I touch it?
Your arm went that
How
way.
would I touch that?
It came unstuck.
It was weird. Like he gestured.
Yeah.
And just caused it to fall
Yeah,
down.
that's why I thought you touched
I
it.
did not touch it. A light just
And it's
fell.
the one that's not working too.
Well, now it's really not working. Those 3M strips.
Oh yeah, I use those to put like posters on my
Posters.
wall.
Posters are a different story. Anyway, the game
I'm too lazy to frame
that
them.
needs no introduction, but I'm giving it one anyway. An extremely popular title. It's finally making its debut on a Nintendo system. It is Undertale. Undertale is coming to Switch on September 18th. You can see the latest Nintendo Minute episode where Kit and Krista play Undertale for the first time. What kind of animals are they that they work in the video game industry and they've never played Undertale? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I guess it's possible.
Yeah, I guess so. Wasteland 2 Director's Cut is available on the Switch. Again, this is all Switch right now. Forget Your Life is saying gift that someone. I guess it was a funny reaction of the thing falling in. Bastion is available on the Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got the new DLC, which is the, what is it called? Torna, the Golden Country. So that's available. Remember, you can get that at retail as well.
Yes.
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp has a Splatoon 2 crossover event. Also new this week is Ninja Commando, the Neo Geo game. Yes, what I'm about to say is true. No, I am not having a moment of nostalgia. Danger Mouse, the Danger Games, is available on the Switch.
He's the greatest secret agent in the world.
Defunct is on Switch. Dolings Arcade, which basically looks like Snood to me. It's available.
Oh, wow. Speaking of nostalgia.
Yeah, right? Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dusk is available on September 18th, but you can get a demo right now. There's also the Mega Man 11 demo. Monkey King, Master of the Clouds, Old School Musical. Omvorm is coming out on September 18th. The Scribblenauts Mega Pack comes out September 18th. Senran Kagura Reflections, that is the booby touchy game. I don't know how else to say it because that's what you do. Shadow Fight Shadow Fight 2 Siegecraft Commander comes out September 19th. Slice, Dice, and Rice. Super Dungeon Tactics. Surgeon Simulator CPR. Sword of the Guardian comes out September 18th. My brain. The Mahjong Huntress is now available. The Spectrum Retreat. The Spectrum Retreat is available. I hear that if you are a fan of games like Portal, you will greatly enjoy the Spectrum Retreat, and it's reviewed very well. The Warlock of Fire Mountaintop Goblin Scourge Edition. It's available. And Space Defender Battle Infinity is on the 3DS. So another big week of content, and then, you know, Nintendo does the thing that they usually do, like, here's the list of releases, but this comes out in a couple of days, not today. Wobble Bobble says, oh, my oldest is the perfect age to practice his burgeoning spelling skills with Scribblenauts. And his little brother, though too young for spelling, loves Batman and Teen Titans Go, so that pack will make a great present sometime. Well, it sounds like that you have the perfect combination of people in your family to enjoy that game.
Could you do me a favor and
Do me a
refrain
favor?
from enjoying outings
okay?
on
You're right
Saturdays
there?
with
What's
that
going
age
on?
children?
Are you high?
I wish. No, I was at Costco today and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to freaking run these kids over with my cart. Just kids everywhere and all of them yelling. Can you shut up?
Yeah.
Oh, will you please shut up?
Your parents should take you out weeknights when I'm too tired to go out.
Europe, this week's digital downloads on Switch is Bastion, Dust and Elysian Tale, NBA 2K19, Grandpa and the Zombies, Stay, Time Carnage.
Is Grandpa and the Zombies about going to visit Grandpa in a nursing home?
Now you've done it.
Aw.
Grandpa
Which
Willie's
reminds me, we should go visit Grandma.
Grandpa Willie's brain might not be the freshest anymore, but he's not ready to surrender it to zombies anytime soon. If only the brakes would function on his wheelchair. Brace yourself for crazy puzzle fun and help Wooly to safely navigate through the zombie apocalypse. There you go. Switch also got Aggressors of Dark Combat, the Neo Geo game.
What?
Yep.
Oh, it's a Neo Geo game.
Yeah. Here, I'll read it to you. Pick one of 8 intense fighters and go into battle to accomplish their goals. Use the full playing field and dash combined with fierce attacks in this intense, unrestricted battle. Will you win by techniques or by force? Experience the true rampage of battles. Or rampage.
What's the title again?
It is Aggressors of Dark Combat. Oh, damn it.
Great.
That's what I meant to add to the soundboard this week. I wanted to add Dark Metamorphosis.
Oh, that's right.
I even watched the clip of it, and I was like, oh, okay, I got it. Got to remember to add this.
I'm interested in this.
I can't tell you how many times I watched a clip of him saying it and just laughed every time. And I'm like, why? Hi, Autumnal Blake. I'm like, why does this make me laugh all the time? Rygar is available. Not the NES version, the arcade version.
Oh,
which I played in the arcade once, but I played and beat the NES version. Well, hello, Catherine. I don't know who Catherine is. It's PC. PC's in the chat. PC says that game sounds like a gang of 13-year-old goth kids. Yeah, that's true. Also available on Switch this week is, which I believe, did you play it or did you fund it and play it? Broken Age.
Oh, I didn't fund it.
You played it though.
Yes.
Broken Age is available on the Switch. That is the Double Fine game that stars Elijah Wood.
Yep.
That's a funny story. Last night, what?
Broken Age was 35 when you're finally broken.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're past it. Broken Age. Elijah Wood. Last night, I was talking to R-Type. And we were talking about Elijah Wood because he has a game coming out called Transference, and it's a VR game, and it comes out in a couple days. I'm very excited about it. But I said out loud, I wonder if Elijah Wood's game's out. And your brother turned around to me and said, what did you just say? And I go, what? He goes, did you say Elijah Wood's gay mouth? I said, no, but I honestly heard, I can understand why you heard that. I said game's out, not gay mouth.
It's like when you say Game and Wario.
Game and Wario, yes. Yes, PC, your name is lame in the chat. I agree. Should I call you Catherine from now on? Also available is Danger
Catherine,
Mouse.
Queen of the Lamos.
Here's your crown. Defunct Dolan's Arcade, Nefarious, Old School Musical, Senran Kagura Reflections with a descriptor. So we're reading that. A new Senran Kagura game is coming to Switch. Help your friend relax by massaging her hands, and you just might restore a piece of her lost heart. Explore her many daydreams, and you'll get to know her as an experienced warrior, an energetic admirer, and much more. So
uncomfortable.
That's what the game's about. It's about being uncomfortable.
It's about making people uncomfortable.
Shadow Fight 2
Whoa.
is available. Spider Solitaire F, Super Dungeon Tactics, Surgeon Simulator CPR, the Mahjong Huntress, the Spectrum Retreat, the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, Wasteland 2 Director's Cut, Miles and Kylo got a demo, Shift Quantum has a demo, Torna the Golden Country DLC is available on the Switch. DLC for a whole bunch of other stuff. Come on, give me some themes this week. I want some themes.
Hello Kitty.
You just don't do themes anymore. Pre-orders. The European press releases are so ridiculously long. 3DS got RTO3, the lunar base. where your station as part of the security forces is under siege. Having just escaped from the enemy captivity, you are now on your own and must fight against overwhelming odds to survive. Featuring large and complex levels with nonstop action, RT03 is the first-person shooter, which will keep you entertained for hours. It's a first-person shooter on the 3DS. What the heck? I honestly don't know anything about that, but now you know. Now we all know.
Heck?
Thank you. Hi, Antonio. Antonio says Howard the Duck is weird. I can't disagree with that. Hi, Matt.
Yeah,
Matt says
the duck when you see like duck boobs.
Matt says Mahjong Hunter's description made me laugh last week. Yes, it made us all laugh. Howard the Duck. This is the second time Howard the Duck has come up this week in conversation. Really? What was it? Family Feud, I think? They said no. It was a match game.
Okay.
And it was Howard blank. And one of the celebrities said Howard the Duck, and the contestant was like, "What the hell's Howard the Duck?" And Alec Baldwin was like, "It's something from way before your time and something you shouldn't waste any thought on."
Doesn't he have a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. He's in like the Lego, one of the Lego Marvel games. You can play as Howard the Duck. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, kids might still be aware of Howard the Duck.
Yeah, just I guess they're aware that they're just not aware of the horrible film.
Well, that's for the best.
Steel Diver says, I'm really interested to see next week if each NES game will be its own separate game menu or icon, or if it will be under one app. Well, now you have less than a week to wait, my friend. We got a little bit of a glimpse of stuff, but I don't know how exactly it's going to work. Nader Die says he's in a post-credit scene. I don't know if that's true because I haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's
spoiler. Bethesda has talked about a whole bunch of things with the Switch. And this is Bethesda's Pete Hines answering some questions. As far as Wolfenstein 3. So they're doing Wolfenstein, oh boy, Youngbloods? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Which is not really Wolfenstein 3. It's a spinoff called Youngbloods. And he's asked, are you doing Wolfenstein 3? And he says, yeah, sure. Absolutely, we're making Wolfenstein 3. So he hasn't said what platforms or anything. What's wrong here?
Nothing's wrong.
A cute cat or something? A capybara? Capybara family.
Look at them all.
Thanks for paying attention, Lumber.
They're so large.
Mr. Hines also talks about their relationship with Nintendo, and he says,
"Sure you're not high."
He says, here's the thing. We've always gotten on well with Nintendo. It's just a question of, do the games that we make, technically, are they a fit for the platforms that Nintendo's making? In the past, the simple answer has been no. Like Skyrim did not run on anything that Nintendo was making. Could we have changed a bunch of stuff to make it work? Maybe, but that's not our approach. But in the case of the Switch, the game as we made it, does it run on this? Yeah, it does. And it runs well. And so does Skyrim, Wolfenstein, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, Shelter, which is Fallout Shelter, and Legends. All these things are things we've said, look, this either can or will run well on a Switch. And we continue to look at every game that we make because we want as many people to play it as possible. I think. Oh, we don't need to read the rest of that. He's asked, would you consider making an exclusive Switch title? And he said, no. Mr. Hines says, it's possible. But that's up to the devs in terms of what game is it that they'd be talking. Wait, what? I'm going to read what he says. All right, so the interview question is, would you consider making an exclusive Nintendo title? Mr. Hines' answer, as written, is, it's possible, but that's up to the devs in terms of what game is it that they'd be talking about.
Was that a question?
It ends with a question mark.
Okay.
That's why it threw me off.
Oops.
Did it just say question? Was that
Dr.? No, I hit it twice by mistake.
Question.
Question.
That's a good question.
There it is.
Question. He says, we're always having conversations with Nintendo, but again, those conversations wouldn't necessarily take place with me. They take place with a dev to say, we have an idea for this or that, and we want to do a game that is a crossover with the Switch. Then he's asked, have you spoken to Nintendo about Smash Brothers? And Pete Hines says, oh, yeah. That's all he says. I don't know what that means. I guess, like...
Yeah, I thought about that, too.
Oh, my God. I love Barry so much. Barry's another one I'll laugh at forever. He's just... Even in the new games, he's still just as dumb.
He's such a...
He gave us Natalia the Sluice in the new game. What more could you want? Nintendo Jungle says, I'm supposed to believe Skyrim wouldn't have run on Wii U, a PS3 and Xbox 360 game. Not sure why he wants to portray it this way. Is the truth so awful to admit? The truth probably simply being that they didn't feel like it would be worth porting over from a business standpoint. As far as your statement of running on the Wii U, I agree. It would have run there, but I'm sure they weren't in a rush to port over something to the failing Wii U. Hello, Roth. Hello, Mark.
Like the failing New York Times.
That's
Yes.
what I was thinking of.
Okay, moving on. What are we
The
at?
failing Wii U is a disaster.
We're good there. So we had our Nintendo Direct this week, as everyone expected. And as we talked about last week, we had seen multiple hints that Nintendo was going to post, or that Nintendo's postponed Nintendo Direct would be coming back on the 13th. And that's exactly what happened. So together, we all watched a 35-plus minute Nintendo Direct that was chock full of all kinds of stuff. New stuff, stuff we already knew about, exciting reveals, butt stuff, yep, all kinds of stuff. So let's talk about what Nintendo did in this Direct. How am I going to break this down? Let's see how I
break it down.
Okay. All right, so first off, probably one of the biggest reveals.
Animal Crossing.
Thanks, Stitch. Stitch says, hey, nice head, RMC. Thank you. Shaved head. But they didn't watch last week. They didn't know.
We've got to shave it again.
Oh, you didn't know?
Already
Hi,
grown
Ryan.
in.
Ryan says, yeah, looks nice and fresh and smooth. All right.
It's especially nice.
Nice shape.
Right.
One of the biggest things that are revealed in the Direct is the fact that Animal Crossing is coming to the Switch. This is something people have been crying about, saying, why won't they show Animal Crossing? I want Animal Crossing on Switch. Well, it's happening. Animal Crossing is coming to the Switch. It's just called Animal Crossing right now, but it's coming out in 2019 exclusively on the Switch. A new mainline game in the Animal Crossing series. So there you go. But before they did that, they teased us by what we were thinking was Animal Crossing on the Switch, but it ended up being an announcement for Isabelle being a playable character in Smash Brothers Ultimate. So Isabelle joins the fight.
Wasn't Buddy?
Taking a break from assisting mayors and just being an all-around lovely pup, Isabelle from Animal Crossing is joining the roster as a playable fighter in Smash Brothers Ultimate. One of the other biggest reveals of the Direct was something that they kicked the Direct off with. Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming to the Switch exclusively in 2019. 2019, baby.
That's soon.
2019. 2019 is going to be a big year. Stuff coming out. So when the trailer started, it looked like we were looking at Luigi's Mansion, the original, and everybody's like, oh, this is a trailer for the port of the 3DS game. And as I was watching, I was like, wait, this looks, A, way too nice, and B, these locations don't have anything to do with the original Luigi's Mansion. And then, boom, Luigi's Mansion 3. So that is super exciting. My one cousin is a huge Luigi's Mansion fan, and he always was saying, I'll buy Switch if they make a new Luigi's Mansion. Well, there you go. We also got more details on the Switch Online service, which, again, launches September 18th. 2019 is the year of the Ouija, says Catherine. Here's your Switch Online details. You know, the old save data cloud backup jazz. We talked about that. Switch Online, NES games. The mobile app that does voice chat is going to add support for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe ARMS, Mario Tennis Aces, and some other stuff. Yeah, you can do 3-month subscription or 12-month subscription. So I guess there's no like 1 month, but like I said, there's free real estate. There's a free trial too. They are also releasing Nintendo Entertainment System controllers for the Switch. So they look exactly like NES controllers, except they are wireless. And they connect to the sides of your Switch to charge, just like the Joy-Con do. So you could have two NES-style controllers hanging off your Switch. They are $60, and I have to stress this. They're available to pre-order on September 18th, but they are only available to Switch Online members. So you need a Switch Online membership to be able to purchase these. As of right now, this is the only way to get them. I don't know if Nintendo's going to release them another way later on, but if you want these controllers, you have to pony up for the subscription just to have the opportunity to purchase these controllers. So $20 subscription for a year on top of another $60 for these two controllers if you want them. And they don't say when the controllers are going to launch. They just say available for pre-order September 18th. But I'm sure they will be sent out almost instantly because they want you to use those controllers to play the NES games on the Switch. Here's something that was rumored multiple times before the Switch, or before the Nintendo Direct, and was confirmed. New Super Mario Bros. U is coming to the Switch. It's called New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. A terrible name, but I understand. I mean, the other game was called New Super Mario Bros. U, so you have to keep that in there, I guess. And then they just threw Deluxe at the end. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for the Switch. It's named U because of the Wii U. It's coming to the Switch, and now we got to add Deluxe onto it. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Whatever. I don't know what to call it.
I got lazy.
New Super Mario Brothers. Nizumbud. That's what you could call them. We're calling it Nizumbud from now on. 4 players. The same game includes all the New Super Luigi U content as well. But
oh dear, what?
This is what we're talking about. Damn it! Let's talk about the two. We're going to talk about 2 points here, but we're going to talk about one that is just very confusing and then the one that makes me very mad. Nabbit and Toadette are playable this time. Nabbit can just run through enemies and not get hurt because, you know, he's an asshole and he's a bad guy. So, Toadette is just like any other character, except it looks like Toadette. But here's something that happened in the trailer, and it threw the Nintendo world upside down.
Oh my.
Toadette in the trailer is seen finding a super crown. When she collects the super crown, Toadette transforms into Peachette, who looks almost exactly like Peach.
Who is Peachette?
But is slightly different. I don't understand what's going on. This has potentially huge implications for the entire Mario franchise.
Did Peach and Toad have a baby?
I just explained to you literally how it happens, so you know that's not the case. But
this could all be a cover-up.
It's a conspiracy, man. Or something.
Does this mean Princess Peach only looks like Peach because of the crown she's wearing? Or
That's
some
a good
hat?
question.
When have we seen Peach not wearing a hat? PC says Peachette is against God. I don't.
She's an abomination.
How does Toadette wearing a super crown turn her into Peachette? Why wouldn't she be Super Toadette? She turns into a completely different person that looks like Princess Peach. I need this explained. I don't understand.
Maybe the game will explain it.
I don't understand. It's so weird.
It's like Birdo.
Is Rosalina like another Toad that just put on a special crown? I don't know. I emailed Nintendo to try and get a statement.
Rosalina, she's thick.
I emailed Nintendo to try and get a statement on this. There's a whole bunch of analysis videos. I have a video coming up that shows off your conspiracy theories about this because you guys were very eager to talk about it. I'm excited to show you that video because there's all kinds of great, funny, crazy ideas. So I don't know what's going on there. So that part is confusing and weird and intriguing, but the next part is the part that makes me very angry.
Mm-hmm.
New Super Mario Bros. U let you play as Mario, Luigi,
Right.
and 2 toads. Their names were a la Gold
And Buckenberry.
and Buckenberry, as named by Nintendo's development team, not officially canon, but canon. Well, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe includes a la Gold. That's it.
No Buckenberry?
Buckenberry, gone. No, not even mentioned. Thank you. Not even mentioned. They're just like
to start like a movement.
Mario, Luigi, and Toad are here. Plus
Justice for Buckenberry.
Nabbit and weirdo Toadette, Super Peachette, whatever. No Buckenberry. What the heck? I don't. How can you just? I know Bill Trinan is upset about this. I guarantee Bill Trinan is upset about this.
You can only get him alone.
A la Gold and Buckenberry are a team. You know, this is going to send Buckenberry down a dark path. His color is already kind of close to Waluigi. He's going to be like, yeah, you know, maybe I'll go purple instead of blue. Still a berry color, and I'll become a bad guy. That's what's going to happen now. Buckenberry is not in the game. I started a hashtag. Some of you have been using it. I appreciate it.
Did he die or something?
Buckenberry?
Did they kill him off?
I don't know. They pretended like he didn't even exist. If you want to fight the good fight, go on Twitter and use the hashtag Justice for Buckenberry. I'm getting an explanation as to where he went. His removal will not go unnoticed by the public.
For cigarettes one Friday night, he never came back.
Hashtag Justice for Buckenberry. The most important movement any Nintendo fan has ever been a part of. Moving on. I don't know how we're supposed to move on after that, but moving on.
Nintendo clearly did.
Wow.
Ouch.
The Yoshi game coming to Switch was revealed, and it's gotten its official name, and it's coming out spring 2019. It's Yoshi's Crafted World. So we knew about this game already, but now we got to look at how it looks now compared to what it was looking like a few months ago.
It looks darling.
It looks wonderful. Nintendo also confirmed another thing that was rumored. Smash Brothers Ultimate Bundle features a Switch system complete with Smash Brothers Ultimate branded Joy-Con controllers, and the dock as well is branded with Smash Brothers characters. Includes a download code for Smash Brothers Ultimate, $360. So just to sum that up, a Switch with Smash Brothers designs, Joy-Cons with Smash Brothers designs, and a download version of Smash Brothers Ultimate. Square Enix was like, hey, guys, you like Final Fantasy? Because we got a lot of Final Fantasy for you. Square Enix revealed Final Fantasy VII, which I talked to Do Michaels about instantly.
Isn't Final Fantasy VII like the quintessential Final Fantasy?
Well, no. But Final Fantasy VII is the Final Fantasy that birthed the series' popularity here in the States. There were Final Fantasy games released here before it, but 7 was the breakthrough game for the franchise in the States that like pushed it up to a top-tier franchise here as far as sales and notoriety goes.
Because I think we were probably just the right age, too, to be able to like spend the time on a game like that.
Don't say anything. How old do you think we were?
Freshman in college.
No, it was high school. It was, 97?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think it was 97.
So, yeah, we were still in high school.
Final Fantasy VII has never appeared on a Nintendo platform. It is finally coming, or it's finally happening, and it's going to be on the Switch. Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy X/10-2 HD Remaster, Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. All of these are coming to the Switch. Available on the Switch right now, it's Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. That's the full version of Final Fantasy 15, but done in like chibi style. It's available right now. There's also 3 other games in the Final Fantasy universe coming to the Switch. That includes Crystal Chronicles, which we already mentioned. The leveled up edition of World of Final Fantasy Maxima is coming to the Switch on November 6th. And then Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. Everybody, that's not everybody as in every B-O-D-Y. This is every space B-U-D-D-Y.
Oh,
everybody that launches this winter.
Buddy and Woods.
Buddy and Woods. So there you go. Whole bunch of Final Fantasy content coming to Switch. It's very cool to see, even though, it's re-releases of classic games. It's just cool to see Square Enix be like, hey, you guys over on Nintendo platforms never got these games. Let's change that. And they are changing that. Town was announced, and that's a working title. Town is a new RPG being made by Game Freak, the creators of the Pokemon franchise. This is a Switch exclusive. In Town, players must take up arms against invading monsters, all within the walls of a single village. So that's coming out 2019, and the whole game takes place in one village. Check out the trailer or the little promo video for that. It looks really cool, has some fantastic music too. Plus, it's Game Freak. Have they made a bad game? Come on. Their games that aren't Pokemon games have been some of my favorite games, like Drill Dozer. I love Drill Dozer. Such a fantastic game. They also just recently made that elephant game with Sega that I really liked, but I don't remember the name of it. I don't know. Somebody in the chat help me out. Elephant game, Sega and Game Freak. Recently. Super Mario Party.
Wasn't it just like the badass elephant or something?
Tembo?
Was that
Tembo the badass elephant?
Maybe. I'll look it up.
Magumbe. I think it's Tembo. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. You know all about that. Yes. So, thank you. You know what's really nice? Seeing that you guys, A, actually care about what I say, and B, care about me enough to tweet me. It's Tembo, says Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for tweeting me about this. I really appreciate it. I had mentioned on Twitter last week that I really wanted a Katamari game on the Switch because Nintendo systems have never gotten a traditional Katamari game. There was only one Katamari game released for anything Nintendo related, and it was a DSiWare game, and that was a spin-off. It wasn't a regular Katamari game. And when you guys saw that this was announced for Switch, you all tweeted me and were like, you must be so excited. And I was, so thank you. Yeah. Katamari Damacy Reroll is announced for Switch. It's a remake of the original Katamari Damacy. The press release here starts off with na 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 na. That's all typed out. This is the original
soundtrack hardcore for a long time.
It's a great soundtrack. It's the original game HD remaster.
I want to whirl you up into my
and this has this version includes HD rumble, gyro controls, and multiplayer support with the Joy-Con controllers. It launches November 30th, and yes, there will be a packaged version. It says the packaged version is coming winter 2018. So I guess November 30th digital, and then retail version shortly thereafter. Asmodee Digital announced a whole bunch of tabletop games for the Switch. This includes, oh boy, how do I say this one? I never know. Carcassonne? Sure. The Lord of the Rings, the Living Card Game, Pandemic, Munchkin, and a favorite around these parts, Catan. Or Catan is coming to the Switch.
Or Settlers of
Catan. These games start...
Wheat for Wool.
These games start coming out in December. We saw more about Daemon X Machina. Capcom revealed a new game, the Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle. That includes classic arcade games from Capcom's, obviously in the beat 'em up genre. Final Fight, Captain Commando, and the Knights of the Round. Armored Warriors, Battle Circuit. These games include online play and also support up to 4-player local multiplayer. Cities Skylines is available on the Switch right now. It's one of them their planning games, you know. Something that I texted both John Savage and Lube about right away. Sid Meier's Civilization 6 is available on the Switch November 16th. And it has an exclusive 4-player wireless LAN multiplayer mode. What do you think of that, Mom Brain?
Very exciting.
Mega Man 11 we already know about. The demo's out there now. Splatoon 2 version 4 update is now available. A whole bunch of new content with that. Mario Tennis Aces version 2.0 comes out September 19th, and we have the full patch notes available on the site right now. Diablo 3, we know about Starlink Battle for Atlas, had the official reveal of Star Wolf. Even though we knew like Wolf was already in the game because of a leak and stuff like that, but they showed actual footage of Wolf now.
No way!
There
I
you go.
don't believe it!
We saw more about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torn of the Golden Country, which again is out now, as well as The World Ends With You Final Remix. Warframe was dated for the Switch. It's coming out November 20th. NBA 2K19. NBA 2K Playgrounds 2 is coming out on the Switch this fall. Just Dance 2019. FIFA 19. Team Sonic Racing is still due out this winter. Lego DC Supervillains comes out October 16th. Announced for the 3DS is Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, so we all get to feel like pants one more time. The Wii game is being ported to the 3DS, and it includes new features. New features like the ability to craft bigger yarn balls, summon bead collecting wind, and play 2 new modes featuring familiar faces King Dedede and Meta Knight. Comes out 2019. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser's Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey was dated for January 11th. We found out that the Luigi's Mansion port to 3DS includes 2-player. Let's get details. 2 players who each own the game can team up to explore and capture ghosts in Luigi's Mansion. If you both don't own the game, you can do a boss rush mode with another player through download play. So you can still have some multiplayer fun with just one cartridge. Yokai Watch Blasters is available now. And that's it. That's it. That's all. I think we did everything. In my opinion, it was a very good Direct. And it seems like you guys enjoyed it as well. But
Nice variety.
There are other things here that happened in a Japanese Direct that weren't announced for North America, so they may never come here. Things like Assassin's Creed Odyssey Cloud version. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the next new Assassin's Creed game, and it is in some way coming to the Switch in Japan. It is the cloud version, just like Capcom released the Resident Evil 7 cloud version. So either Ubisoft didn't want to put the time into making Assassin's Creed Odyssey run on a Switch, or it simply cannot run on a Switch, but they are giving Switch owners the option to play the cloud version. So you will be streaming the game. Ooh. You'll be streaming the game to your Switch in Japan, at least. No word on that coming to North America yet, or Europe. Never Unplaying says, I'm sure this is a technical test for Ubisoft for the next generation, something they are sure will be the next big thing for game delivery. American internet can't handle this yet, so I get the Japanese-only release. Oh, there you go. They also showed in the Japanese Direct Downwell. Downwell is coming to the Switch. Only announced for Japan, but I'm sure that's just a... I'm sure it's just a matter of time until the game comes here, because it's published by Devolver Digital. Downwell is a very popular mobile game. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't come to the States. But worst comes to worst, if it never comes to the States, you can hop on the Japanese eShop and get it. You don't need to know Japanese to play this game. Downwell is an awesome, awesome mobile game where you're this little weird-looking guy and you fall down a well and you shoot things as you're falling and you level up your character. And really cool. I got it day one when it came to mobile. Such an awesome game. Really cool to see it coming to Switch. And it supports tape mode on Switch, which only makes perfect sense because you play it on your phone vertically. So allowing for tape mode on Switch, which is when you hold the Switch the same way, vertically. Mm-hmm. You can play it that way, which is really, really, really cool. I really like that. So, coming to Switch. Only announced for Japan at this time, but I'm sure that will change. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going to do these quickly. Cloud saves will be deleted or disappear if you cancel or fail to renew your Switch Online subscription. So if you're using cloud saves, make sure you keep your subscription up because Nintendo can't promise that your save data will be there if you let things lapse. I don't know how long it is before they delete the cloud data, if it's like, you know, instantly or the next day or there's a month grace period. Basically, Nintendo's saying they can't promise your data will be there if you let things lapse. So just keep up with your payments. And remember, just because the cloud backup gets deleted doesn't mean your saves on your system get deleted. They're still there. Hopefully you would only need cloud data if something happens to your system. Steel Diver says Tom Nook's cloud saves. That son of a bitch. Also, your Switch Online NES games will function for up to 7 days without an internet connection. So you will need to connect to the internet just to confirm. I guess it's doing a handshake basically to say, like, this guy's got Switch Online. Okay, he can still play these NES games. So, you know, if you're going on an airplane and you're in airplane mode, you can play these games on your Switch. Just sometime within a week, make sure you connect your Switch online again just to, like I said, do the handshake process. I really don't think this is a big deal, but I'm sure people are going to complain about it. I mean, if you're playing the NES games and you're buying the Switch Online service, one would imagine that you have internet. Sure. So I don't think it's any big deal. And what really happens, like, if you don't connect in a week, then you won't be able to play them again until you connect online, and then you can play them again. So I honestly don't think this is a big deal, but I'm sure people will be angry. Top-rated comment comes from BDead20. BDead says, 7 days seems pretty generous to me. Who can't get online somewhere in 7 days or live without their NES games until they do? I'm reserving my judgment on cloud saves until we have all the facts and not jump to conclusions. Well, BDead, that's a nice comment. And it was top-rated by your fellow GoNintendo readers. And then finally, our last top story here is Amazon UK had a listing for Smash Bros. Ultimate, and their listing said the game has 71 fighters in it, which would mean, depending on how you count, there's 2 or 3 more to reveal. But Amazon UK has since updated their listing and just removed the blurb about fighters altogether, so it doesn't say any number at all. Sean Snecta says, still hope for Waluigi. Not. I kid. Wonder who might be left if this is true. Surely an ARMS character will make it in. Maybe Karen? Maybe the Labo robot? Karen. Karen gets my vote.
Which one was Karen?
She's the lady from the original Switch promo video where she's on the rooftop, like, playing Super Mario Odyssey with her friends at the party.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like a character from ARMS.
No. Karen is the rooftop lady whose name never was Karen, but the meme turned her into Karen. And people were like, oh, they're like, Karen brought her Switch to the party again. All right, that's your top stories.
Maybe we don't want to play Switch, Karen.
Kirby, what you been playing?
Well, I'm already in the Halloween spirit, so I've been playing Resident Evil.
Oh, what one?
The first one.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought it. I bought a used copy a couple of years ago. It's the one that came out for the Wii, which was just a port of the remake that was done on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember the day I bought it because it was the same day that GTA 5 came out. And I went to GameStop, and the guy at the counter was like, "You here for GTA 5?" And I'm like, I was like almost embarrassed. I'm like, "No, I'm here to buy this used copy of a remake of a game that's been out since 1996."
Right away, sir.
But
it's still a good remake.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, like every year, like around fall, I break it out and like try to get a little bit further, and I don't know, maybe this year it'll happen.
I don't remember. Does that still have the same voice acting as the original one?
I think they might have. Well, here's the thing. Because I never had a PlayStation. I never played the game when it first came out, and yeah, so obviously I haven't played the original version, but I believe they updated the voice acting.
Forget your life, says. Can't believe Mom Brain hasn't had to pee yet.
I did my nails, so I'm stuck, and I'm wearing jeans.
Yeah, I haven't played that remake in quite some time, but I remember it being absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and it's tough. When you played, did you play as Chris or Jill?
Jill.
Okay.
Played as Jill. Roth says Fatal Frame is the seasonal game for him. That's the one he plays around Halloween.
Nice choice. Yeah, speaking of spooky games, I've had Outlast on my computer like for a couple of years now, and I still haven't played it because I need to be in like the right mood.
That's spooky, definitely.
Yeah.
Or play it with a good pair of headphones, and you'll be in for quite an experience.
Yeah. That's all I played this week.
Romy, what'd you play?
Oh.
Nice.
Saving yourself for last, huh?
I didn't play.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't play anything.
So I've been playing my mobile games, H3 Ball Rider and Toon Blast. Ball Rider's soundtrack is so good. Really, really, really good. So I played those. I played a buttload of The Messenger.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
you were playing it last night.
We posted a story this week about The Messenger, talking about how it's sold so far, and they were saying it's sold roughly 50,000 copies across all platforms, which is honestly lower than I thought it would be. And it seems like the publisher thinks it's a bit low as well, but they're happy with the number.
What?
And they were talking about why perhaps it didn't reach as big an audience as they were thinking. And I talked to you guys about it as well, and you had some comments. So I was like, that's unfortunate because I've heard wonderful things about the game. I played a little bit of it and showed you footage, but I hadn't had any time to go back to it. So last night I was like, let me go back in and really give this game a shot. Now, I want to talk about this game, but I don't want to spoil things. How do I do this? So I'm sure if you've been following The Messenger, you know of one gameplay mechanic that's in the game. I guess I'll just talk about it. So the game has NES-style visuals or 8-bit visuals.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, when something happens in the game, which I won't talk about what that is, it has 16-bit visuals. It looks like a Super Nintendo game. And there's a reason why that happens in the story. But, you'll eventually get to these 16-bit visuals. And other things happen where, like, the game basically has portals that changes the graphics on the fly.
Oh.
So you'll have, like... The way the game handles it is 8-bit is the past, 16-bit's the future.
Mm-hmm.
So in 8-bit, there might be a wall blocking somewhere, but there will be a portal you can access in that part of the stage that if you go through, it'll take you to the future 16-bit, and then there's not a wall blocking a certain part anymore.
That's actually pretty clever.
It is really cool. So there's like circle portals that you basically just... And it's not like a transition like loading screen or anything like that. It changes the level on the fly. Like a whole wave goes out. So there's like rips, like portals, I guess you call, like circles that are just in the air. And you touch them and it shifts everything to 16-bit or back to 8-bit. And then there's also like lines that are just like, rifts or doors that you pass through, and they change everything too. So depending on where you are and what you're doing, you'll need to swap between the two versions to continue through a level. Now, all that stuff I knew about the game. There's something else I didn't know that doesn't happen until, I don't know, 3 hours in, maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that. I did not know that, and it blew my mind. I was impressed with the 8-bit, 16-bit swapping and all that stuff, but something else happens. And it's not like a little thing that just is over and done with. It's like a major portion of the game. Something else happens. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? It's so cool. I didn't see it coming at all. Completely changes the game. I want to wait at least a few more weeks before I talk to you guys about it, but I want to tell you that it's in there. The game, when I originally played it, when I originally did the video of it, I liked the game. It was fun. I just felt like it was very Ninja Gaiden. My opinion has completely changed.
Okay.
I think The Messenger, as far as where I am now, I put in 8 hours, is phenomenal. The way this thing is done and the way this is handled, and I cannot say enough good things about it. Like I said, I don't want to ruin it for you because I want you to experience on your own. Maybe you already know about this part. Hello, Tony. You might already know about it. Obviously, you do know about it. Obviously, if you know about it, you know what I'm not mentioning. Let's put it that way. But if all you know is about the 8 and 16-bit stuff, don't read about the game. Don't read. Don't go watch videos. Don't read reviews. Play it. So good. So surprising. Really well handled. Love it. Couldn't stop playing it. I was just so impressed with what it pulled off. So hopefully the game will get some more sales. I played that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been playing Spider-Man. I started Spider-Man this week.
I see.
Oh
yeah, I know you said you were a little.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. The more I got into it, the more I enjoyed it. I still have tons of stuff to do, and I've been focusing on side quests and stuff like that, and collectibles. And if my path in getting those crosses the next story mission, I do that. So I'm still very early on in the story, but I've put like 5 or 6 hours into the game. The fighting is a lot of fun. And there's a whole bunch of moves you can do in it. The fighting is very like frenetic and fast-paced and just fun. Plus, I'm a big fan because Spider-Man does some wrestling moves, which I didn't know he did. I'm playing the game and I'm looking at some of the stuff he's doing. And I was like, wait a minute. That's a wrestling move, and I looked it up online.
When he was wrestling Bonesaw.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. I think in the comic books he does some more of that, right? He was like a wrestler for a little bit, or posing as a wrestler for a little bit, and at least one of the comic books.
Yeah, I think that might be part of his origin story.
So yeah, he does stuff like a head scissors and a Hurricane Rana and a reverse Frankensteiner, and I was like, oh my god, this is really cool the way that they implemented like traditional professional wrestling and lucha libre stuff, and it's really fun. So those moments are very satisfying, and when it comes to like collectibles or side missions, like crimes will pop up all over the city, and you go and stop these guys from robbing a bank, or just go break up these thugs that are roughing somebody up or stuff like that. And they still do. There's only so many of those, so much variety in those, but they still try and spice it up a little bit. So like some guys will come and rob a bank and you'll knock them out and that's it. Sometimes guys will rob a bank and a getaway car will come in and you have to chase the getaway car. Sometimes you'll have to knock the people out of the car and then stop the car from like speeding down into the city and stuff like that. So they do some different things to spice it up. The swinging around the city is a lot of fun just because it's very fast paced, and obviously you can level up aspects of that as well. But it's just fun to get around the city. Yes, Autumnal Blake, the reverse Frankensteiner is a sex position. The only thing I don't like about the city, as far as traveling around the city, is I don't know if it's just how it's worked out for my time at the game, but whenever I'm playing, I want to say like 95% of the time, as soon as I start swinging around the city, the like epic Spider-Man music starts playing, and it's just getting annoying. So like I'll go and take a swing, and it'll be like, and I'm like, oh, okay. Sometimes I just want to swing around the city and hear the sounds of the city. Okay. I don't need like.
Can you like? Do you have the option to turn the music off?
I don't know. Because the music's not bad. I don't want to turn it off all the time, but like. I don't like there'll be like a building across the street, like I'm going like 100 feet, so I'll like go to do a jump and it's like no, and then I'm there already. I'm like I don't need that. I just like I want to put myself in the role a little bit more. So when I'm swinging around as Spider-Man, I want to hear cars beeping, planes flying by, people talking and stuff like that. Pigeons. Cooling. There was a mission about chasing pigeons. Where you have to swing around and follow them through the city and like web shoot them to get something back.
If I could be a bird, I would be a pigeon.
The weakest part of the game, I would say, for me so far is
one that's got more than one color, and one of those colors is green.
Rainbow, because they're dirty.
With the dirty rainbow slick.
The weakest part of the game for me so far is the story. And I don't know if it's because the story in the game I find to be bad, or it's just stuff from the comics that I don't know. So, in the comic books, Peter Parker works with Dr. Octavius before he becomes Dr. Octopus, right?
Yeah, I guess he's like a student of his or something.
Okay.
I don't know what's canon.
Yeah, in the game they work together, at least where I'm at. And I don't know if Dr. Octavius is playing dumb, but I sure hope he is, because he's supposed to be such like a brilliant scientist, which would make me think he can like deduce some things on his own. But in the story, I don't know why Peter would do this, but Peter's like, oh, I got to fix my suit. So he goes to the lab where him and Dr. Octavius work. I get that because it's got a lot of tools and stuff. But like, if I were Spider-Man, I would make sure I do my best to hide it. And also being Spider-Man, I would have spider sense. Spidey sense, I'm sorry. So Peter Parker's in this like little office working on a suit, and Dr. Octavius just like walks in. And Peter had like no idea it was going to happen. So he like takes the suit and like puts it behind him. And Dr. Octavius is like, what are you working on? And he's like, oh, no, none, just this thing. And like Dr. Octavius looks and he's like, oh my. And sees the suit and he's like, I see what's going on here. And Peter's like, oh, let me explain. And he's like, you are the one that created Spider-Man's suit. You made it for Spider-Man. And Peter's like, yeah, that's it. And I'm like, this is bull. Dr. Octavius better know at some point in the story later that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yeah, really...
because if he's going to be this smart and also be this dumb to not know it's Spider-Man. So at this point in the story, Dr. Octavius is like, here's these upgrades for the suit to help Spider-Man because I saw you were working on the suit, which leads me to believe that he doesn't know, because why would he bother to upgrade the suit? Because I know Dr. Octavius isn't bad yet.
Okay, so
but it's obviously foreshadowing he's going to become bad. So I don't know. So either he is that dumb and didn't know it's Spider-Man, or he's got some greater plan in the works. Fingers crossed for that one. But right now I'm like, this is really dumb. Dr. Octavius is like, it's like something you'd see in like a kid's movie, like, oh, I see what's going on here, and then say the wrong thing.
And all the kids are like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and Peter doesn't even try and play it off well. He's just like, it'd be like you trying to play it off. He's like, yeah, Doc, that's what's going on. You got it. So I don't know.
So they're both dumb.
Yeah,
you think he'd be better at hiding his identity at this point?
Yeah, so that's the main story part that bothers me. There's also other little things that bother me. I know I know Peter Parker loves Aunt May.
Aunt May, yeah.
I know he loves her and everything, but like he's in like a building that's like getting shot up and exploding and people are shooting him, and he gets a phone call from Aunt May and he's like, oh, I better take this. And she's like, Peter, what's all the noise back there? And he's like, oh, I'm just watching an action movie, Aunt May. Like,
come in.
You wouldn't answer the phone at that point. You can call her back.
Yeah, I mean, you can do
just
all
little
kinds of things
stupid things. I think the writers were like, this would be really funny if he's like, oh, I'm watching a movie, but he's actually getting killed.
Getting shot at, yeah.
I don't know, but the game itself, the gameplay is fun. I just don't think it does anything like really new or different for that genre. It run around the city, collect a whole bunch of stuff, and do some missions. I don't know, maybe the missions as they go on are more interesting. My favorite part of the game is taking on like Wilson Phillips, like strongholds. So early on in the story, Fisk gets put in jail, but then like he's got other other criminals working for him, and they're like trying to keep his operations going while he's out. So you go to like enemy strongholds that have like waves of 50 guys, and you have to clear them all out at once. And there's just a lot of action, and it's very it's fun and fast paced. And you can do like stealth stuff, so you can like hide on beams or on walls, and like as people walk by, you can web shoot them and like stick them to a wall. The guys will like bounce along the ground and like stick to a wall or something like that, or you can hit them like on the side of a building and they just go flying. That's my favorite part about any game, being able to throw people off of things, like off the tops of buildings and stuff. I love it. So you go do like a Spider-Man swing kick and just like punt somebody out to the air. But Spider-Man doesn't kill anybody.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're all fine.
Yeah.
Someone reaches out a window and just whoop,
Hi,
catches them.
Gold Bolt. You are late, but show's still going because we don't have time for questions. We're going to go to music, but send your questions to send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. That is GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. Ask us about Nintendo, about video games, or about whatever the hell you want. Also, the feelers have been put out for shirt designs. As we talked about last week, our shirt store is coming. Crazy Colonel is working on ideas. I haven't seen any, but he is working on ideas, and I trust him to make some wonderful stuff. I talked to Court. I haven't heard from him yet. I also talked to Poopaloop, who has done artwork for the podcast before,
Nice.
and he sent me one idea right off the bat. It was literally like, hey, you want to work with me on these shirts? He said yes, and 10 minutes later, he's like, what about this idea? The one he sent me, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'll show it to you after the show.
Right.
Yeah, there you go, Malakalo. I came up with a new one today. Buddy and Woods. Buddy and Woods shirts. Perfect. It's going to be Crazy Colonel's picture for the podcast today. Some weird alternate versions of those two characters. But yes, shirt designs are coming. I'm very excited to show those to you. And obviously the store will open up. And I think what we're going to be able to do is give away $250 worth of free merchandise on the store. Isn't that exciting? All right, let's do some music. Send your music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Where?
Music. You want to hear it? You want to hear
do
it?
that on purpose.
Oh. gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com. Can we get a download of Poopaloop's color palette with Blood Fart Red, says Autumnal Blade?
You have
We
to.
were talking about how you make a Blood Fart Red shirt that's not gross or offensive, and we couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
This first song comes from Andy the Zombie.
Oh, I know this. What system is this?
64.
Oh God, why do I know this? Oh, it's Star Wars. It's don't tell me. What's the Star Wars in 64?
Shadows of the Empire?
Yes.
Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
God, man, I haven't thought of that game in a long time. I was like, why do I know this music?
And that was from Andy the Zombie. This one comes from Blood Ocean 07.
Oh God. Cool spot.
Yeah.
That was just a guess. Wonder what the inspiration for this song was. Oh, I guess it's the real one. Made by Tommy Tallarico. Well, not this song, but this version of this song. Joe says Dash Rendar needs to come back. Yeah, what a cool name, Dash Rendar. All right, we're behind. As much as I would love to listen to this MIDI
That was
version.
from Blood Ocean 07. This one comes from Giant Reggie.
Yeah. Can you turn it up more? I don't know. What's some music game, right? No?
I don't think so.
What system?
Switch.
Oh, boy. Like 1,200 games on that thing.
Well,
Yo, DJ Pumpkin Party! I don't know what this is. Music license, obviously.
Is it that rhythm game?
nope.
It's familiar for some reason. Like, I've listened to it while I was working. Alright, I listened to it while I was working, but it's not from, like... Oh, is it Rocket League?
Yep.
Oh,
Hey, there you go.
yes, yes. I remember when they did that. It was like pick our next menu song thing, and they had like 5 different songs. I don't know if that was one of them, but it led me down a YouTube playlist of like various Rocket League songs.
This one comes from Prat Trap.
Pulled that out of my butt. Oh my god.
It's awful.
Whatever you call this genre of music, I hate cartoon circus music.
Is there a genre?
Makes me so mad. I don't know.
Wop, wop.
That's it?
What's this thing?
64.
It's good quality. Bomberman?
Banjo Kazooie?
No.
I don't think it's a rare game.
Okay.
Is it a rare game? I mean, they
No,
make good quality music,
it's
yeah. I don't know. Go ahead.
Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers.
Yeah, now I hate it even more.
And that was from Prat Trap. This one comes from Lucario 64.
I don't know what this is. Is this Super Nintendo?
No.
N64?
No.
What? Portable, man.
Yeah. GBA.
License?
No.
Mega Man?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. It was 0, 2, 3.
03.
That
It's Mega Man
bass
03
guitar thing.
from Lucario 64. Next one comes from the Name Can Clown.
Matt Fox says, "Hey guys, is there a way to know when the podcast is going to go live?" Yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
I like this one.
Is it like a Smurfs game or something?
Nope.
Oh, good guess.
I'm just playing in my headphones while I go through ShopRite.
Matt, you should get a notification. You can also follow me on Twitter. I have no idea. Go ahead.
Tank Troopers
Oh, I didn't play that.
on the 3DS.
Yeah, I didn't play that.
I don't
Okay.
either.
This little ditty comes from Glitter Bubble 3. It'll be here in a minute. Just give it a little time.
Come on now. Oh, something about this is very familiar. Oh boy, is this first party?
No.
It's not Sphinx. Just
No.
get that out of the way. What system is this?
Oh, is it? It's not like Prince of Persia, is it?
It's not.
Is it okay, what system?
64.
Oh, okay. Not what I thought.
Is it licensed?
Yes.
Oh, God damn it.
Is it
Wait, no, that's not like
Indiana Jones and whatever?
No.
Mission Impossible.
No, but you're getting close.
Are we Tom Cruise getting close?
No.
Is it? There's no Mummy game.
No.
Licensed 64. Mission Impossible is getting close. Okay, it's
James
James Bond.
It's a Bond game.
It is.
It's not GoldenEye.
No.
Name Bond movies.
the 64?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
No.
That's the name of the game.
Is anyone loading?
Okay.
Nightfire?
Oh, now we're thinking. All I can think of is tomorrow. The world is not enough.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Great job.
There you go.
That was from Glitter Bubble 3. This one comes from Mikey3319.
No matter what. I couldn't stop thinking Goldfinger. I'm like, I know it's not bad. I guess it's just NES, yeah.
Yeah.
Very simple, but I get behind it. Oh. Low G Man.
No.
I'll keep guessing. James Bond Jr.
No.
I don't know. You know? Go ahead.
Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
I didn't A, like Captain Planet. B, never played the game.
Next song comes from Zoso187.
What's that, right?
Okay, I know it's Castlevania. Is it Rebirth?
Oh, that's why it sounds good.
Well done. One last song today.
We just played that last year.
Love that song. I love that song. Love that song. And Rebirth also has a fantastic. Oh no, I don't remember the name. Remix of I think it's called The New Messiah. Castlevania: The New Messiah is one of my favorite songs in the whole franchise, and there's only been like 3 games that had it. And Rebirth has a great remix of it. The New Messiah.
The last song today comes from Autumnal Blake.
This fits into all the genre. How about Wario?
Nope.
Okay, I like this. Is this first party?
Yep.
What system?
3DS.
It's not. It's got a real Wario feel to it.
It's not.
3DS. Okay, it's not Pokemon.
No.
It's not Metroid.
No.
It's not. Oh, is it Zelda?
Yep.
Yeah. What is it? Triforce Heroes?
Yep.
It just hit me that something about it is Zelda-esque.
Good song.
I mean, it's no My song.
I could really go for a little bit. I'm gonna find that.
Boy, I'm getting blown up on my phone by multiple people.
So you got a 70.
Okay.
So.
Okay, thank you, Mom Brain. I appreciate it. All right, everybody.
Sincere.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Again, thank you to our friend DJ Cutman for the sponsorship with Zelda and Chill, the instrumental hip-hop album based on Legend of Zelda music, released by Game Chops. If you're watching live, stay tuned for the after show, because why the hell not? If you're listening to the recorded version, you're about to hear another track from Zelda and Chill. We're going to play us out with another song from that album, again, which is available right now to stream or download. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful week.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Super more for your Nintendo 3DS or 2DS systems. Do you like running and jumping through?
No.
I know Luke doesn't.
Now, let me see what I'm getting on my phone here because there's a lot going on. We're supposed to be talking, it's the after show, and there's a pay-per-view. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. There's a pay-per-view tomorrow. Hell of a Sun.
Okay.
I don't know who's coming, but you are welcome to come. Oh, my aunt just got in touch and she said, "Hi, Ryan and I bought a Switch together." Ryan's her son. My son.
You can play Fortnite?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Fortnite, I just saw this headline and it made me laugh.
Fortnite has now been signed. Oh, it disappeared. I was singing it. I didn't even read the whole thing because I was singing
I
it.
should have just.
Come on, Brain. Stay with us the whole show.
I got a whiz!
No, we're almost done.
Oh!
Can you turn this down a little?
Yeah.
Can you turn it down? Turn it down.
It's over. Turn it
Yeah,
down!
Ryan texted me last night and asked, it was like 1:45. He said, "Come play Fortnite with me, my mom, and whatever his girlfriend's name is." And I said,
Elizabeth?
"Are they really going to play?" And he goes, "Now they're both tired." And I said, "Well, I definitely want to play with you guys. You just got to let me
Oh, yeah.
know when you're going to play."
I'm playing with them.
Gui. How are Autumnal Blake says, "How are Mom Brain's Scobies going?"
Great. I've got to make I got to bottle 2 batches of Booch like today or tomorrow.
Booch batch.
Excuse me, look at this.
Booch Bonch.
Smooch to the booch.
Flemington Elks Lodge.
Okay. Upcoming events. Look at what's on the 28th of this month.
28th. Pro wrestling event. Whoa! We're going to go?
Sure. And every Sunday, $2 drafts and hot dogs for football.
Joe says, "I want to go play some new Super Buddy and Was Bros." Buddy and Was. What the fart is wrong with me, man? Buddy and Was.
Pro wrestling for the benefit of Elks charities. Contact Loyal Knight Dan Pettit for tickets.
Well, I will.
$12. At advance, $15 at the door.
Eggplant says, "I was worried when she pulled out that jar, your jar."
Oh, I think you thought it was Scobies?
This is our fetus.
Ew.
This is our fetus festus. You guys affected by Florence in that area? No, the sun's out. We had some rain. Like, that's about it.
But we do have family and friends who were affected, and
They're
they're
fine.
all okay.
They're fine. All right.
Yeah, I'm glad
We're done exporting. Everybody that
I know, it was
joined
out
us
for a little
live,
this
thank
morning.
you. You're
And then-
lovely, wonderful, special, great people. I hope you have a great weekend. Play some games, have some fun, hang out with
Ping.
friends and family, relax.
My toolbox.
You deserve it. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.